DJ for Aiming Low, and this is Adventures with Vibrators, Part 3 and Part 4. So, if you haven't seen Parts 1 and Part 2, we'll put a link to it here in the story. Watch that first, come back here after that. So, Part 3. So, I am at Blog Her 2013. That's this year's conference, and this was about 5 months ago. And as usual, Trojan was there. They've been there for the past several years. In fact, Parts 1 and Part 2 story talks about how I got a free vibrator from Trojan. Well, same sort of thing happened this year, except they weren't giving them away free. You had to stand in line, and they spun a wheel, and then they asked you a trivia question. So I'm standing in line like a dick with ironically, I'm about to get a fake dick, but I'm standing in line like an asshole waiting for me to get a spin the wheel. Now, I had no girlfriend at this time, mind you. I just thought this would be a good idea, free swag, whatever. So I get up to the front, I finally spin the wheel, it lands on free vibrator, but you have to answer the question. So they asked me some innocuous question, I got it right, and then they give me the vibrator. And then the woman goes, who's running the booth, says, do you have a blog? And I said, yeah, and she said, well, would you like some free lube? Oh, by the way, here is the vibrator that they gave me. It's black if you can't see it. It's the Midnight collection. So she gives me, I said, yeah, I have a blog and a vibrator. And so she gives me 6 or 7 packets of lube, right? Lots of lube. So so now I've got the vibrator, which is huge, right? It's this big box, and I've got the lube and all the boxes of lube on top. And I've got 6 or 7 of them. And I'm cradling it like this. And I realize I look like the creepiest dude ever. And my friend Jasmine yells out as I'm walking away with the vibrator in front of all the women. Not for anal play, DJ. Not for anal play. And that was embarrassing, and I had no retort to that. Everyone's laughing at me. So that's Part 3. No, actually, that's Part 3. Here's Part 3.5. So then I head over to I'm embarrassed to be carrying this stuff around. So there's a guy giving away free bags and, you know, like tote bags. So I walk on over and I'm like, I need a tote bag. And I'm clearly like carrying all this sexual, you know, products, you know, for her pleasure. And I'm standing there and he goes, he's like a young kid, couldn't have been more than like 20. He goes, dude, that's a lot of lube. And I said, yeah, I guess so. And he said, what are you going to do with all that lube? And I said, I thought about it a moment. And I said, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with all that lube. And he gave me the bag and I walked away, and he probably thought I was, you know, some huge weirdo. I thought he was a weirdo. Okay, here's Part 4. So all this stuff sat in the back of my trunk for roughly 4 months. I never pulled it out of the trunk. I didn't have a girlfriend at the time, so I didn't know who to give it to. I was thinking of giving away to my blog, but then I thought that's kind of weird, and so anyway, I didn't. It just sat literally back of my trunk with vibrator and 7 big things of lube. So then I start dating a girl, and we go out to the theater to see a show. And as we're coming home, I get into a horrific car accident. This is about a month and a half ago. And in this car accident, my car is totaled, right? And so the cops come. It was the other guy's fault, so they give him a ticket, and my car is completely wrecked. And so the tow truck driver comes, and I know the car is going to be completely not fixed. Like, they're just going to have to pay me out on it, the insurance company. So he said, well, you want to get your belongings out of the car because good chance you'll never see this car again. So I realized at the time I am stocked with lube and a vibrator in the back of my trunk. So I said to the guy, do you have like a bag? He gives me a garbage bag, which I fill up with vibrator and lube. And I was so embarrassed because it was right in front of the cops, the tow truck guy, and, you know, my girlfriend. So the whole thing was, that's Part 4. That's what I got for vibrators. That's the only stories I have. I still have yet to give this thing away. I don't know who to give it to. I guess my girlfriend might enjoy it, but I don't know. So anyway, that's all I got, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.